morning, I'm Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Heavy rainfall in the forecast for the next 4 days. Met Division urges people in 56 districts to adopt maximum precaution and remain vigilant. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to address the 79th General Assembly of the United Nations today. The Premier busy with bilateral sideline meetings. At least 72 people killed in strikes which the Israeli military said hit Hezbollah's intelligence directorate as well as launchers and weapons stores. And Barcelona secures its 7th straight win in the Spanish League La Liga. Robert Lewandowski's first half strike proved enough to overcome Getafe 1-0. Monsoon is about to end in Nepal for this year. However, the weather condition remains confusing. Rainfall is being reported at some parts. With the monsoon becoming active again, the Meteorological Forecasting Division has put 56 districts across the country on high alert. The Met Division has said that heavy rainfall is likely in most parts of the country for a period of 4 days, beginning today with strong winds in Tarai Madhesh region. Only Humla and Mugu are at low risk. The Met Division has also urged the local residents of the risk zones to remain alert about possible monsoon-induced disasters. Heavy rainfall is in forecast in all provinces. Monsoon usually exits Nepal around the 2nd of October. However, the Met Division has said that it is unsure about whether monsoon will end before Dashain this year. The Bimdaata Highway, which connects the 7 hilly districts of Sudur Paschim with the Tarai districts, has been obstructed. Province Traffic Police Office Ataria has said that the highway has been blocked due to landslides in Ghoradi and Goganpani of Doti under Bimdaata Highway. Hundreds of passengers have been stranded after the highway was blocked. Ambulances carrying patients have also been stranded as the highway has been obstructed since last night. District Police Office Doti has said that landslides have occurred in 2 places and efforts to remove the debris was underway. Meanwhile, vehicular movement through the K.I. Singh Highway that connects Dadildhura to Doti has been partially resumed. The highway had been blocked following a landslide in Dadildhura's Radua. The Province Traffic Police Office has said that the debris has continued to fall from above, but vehicular movement has been partially resumed. Prvi Highway in Bajhang has been obstructed due to landslides at 3 different places. Police have said that vehicular movement has been completely obstructed as landslides had occurred at Balwatar, Jalebagar and Subeda last night. Long route as well as short route vehicles have been stranded due to the obstruction of the road section. Vehicles headed from Bajhang to Dhangadi, Kathmandu, Mahendranagar and Dadildhura have been stranded since early morning today. Police have said that efforts to remove the debris have been hindered as debris has continued to fall. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is scheduled to address the 79th General Assembly of the United Nations today. In his address, Prime Minister Oli is said to have made preparations to raise issues like Nepal's peace process, climate change, unemployment and poverty alleviation. Prime Minister Oli, who is in New York to participate in the UN General Assembly, has remained busy with bilateral sideline meetings. A meeting between Premier Oli and Chief Advisor of Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus, was held only recently. Yunus became the head of the interim government after the change of power in Bangladesh. It is said that the discussion between Oli and Yunus focused on energy and transportation cooperation, tourism, cultural exchange, educational relations and cooperation in regional and international forums. Likewise, Alice Albright, the Chief Executive Officer of the American Cooperation Project, MCC, also met with Prime Minister Oli. CPNL General Secretary Shankar Pokhrel has alleged Rashtriya Swatantra Party chairperson Rabila Mishani of not assisting in the investigation into the abuse of funds of cooperatives. At a press conference in Dhangadi, UML General Secretary Pokhrel said that recent activities were being conducted with the objective of halting investigations into the fraud of cooperatives. He went on to add that Lamichhane would receive a clean chit only if he was cleared by the court or through the investigations. In another context, Pokhrel said that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's ongoing visit of the United States of America was securing achievements. He went on to add that the activities in social media platforms against the Premier were unfortunate and against national interest. Pokhrel also said that Nepali Congress and CPNL were working with the objective of securing their party's majority by contesting at the upcoming election on their own. UML General Secretary Pokhrel also claimed that the trend of fringe parties causing instability would be ended. Alleging the past government of hurting the national economy, he said that the national economy was now reviving. Victims of cooperatives have been making appeals for the return of their savings. Despite protesting for the past 18 months, they have shared their grievances regarding several challenges they have been compelled to face as their deposits have yet to be returned. The victims who had saved their hard-earned money are now facing several problems such as lack of funds for the education of their children and medical treatment, among others. Most of these victims are daily wage workers who struggle to make ends meet. However, their savings have been abused by the operators of the cooperatives. Despite sharing their grievances for the past 18 months, their voices have remained ignored by the government. Several agreements have been reached between the government and the victims of cooperatives. However, these agreements never saw the light of the day. A young man of Haripurwa, Sarlahi, who had recently returned from foreign employment, has shot and killed his wife. The young man's father was also injured in the incident. Dhirendra Yadav of Haripurwa Municipality 5, who had returned home on a motorcycle with his friend, killed his 23-year-old wife, Chitralekha Yadav, at around 1:45 a.m. this morning. It is said that the friend who came along remained outside while Dhirendra entered his house and shot his wife. Police have said that Chitralekha died on the spot immediately after being shot. Dhirendra's father, 54-year-old Ram Dinesh Raya, had been injured in the incident. Raya is being treated at the provincial hospital, Malangawa. Deputy Superintendent of Police of District Police Office, Deepak Shrestha, said that Dhirendra and his friend escaped from the incident site on a motorcycle. Search is on for Dhirendra and the person who came with him. The police have recovered 2 rounds of bullet casings that were used at the scene. According to the police, Dhirendra, who shot his wife and father, had returned home from a foreign job a month ago. He had been living away from his house due to a domestic dispute. The body of the deceased has been taken to Malangawa Provincial Hospital for post-mortem. Dashai festival is only a week away. Many are making preparations to head towards their home to celebrate the festival with their family members, while some might have already taken their tickets for travel as well. Vehicle Fitness Test Center is the government entity responsible for the test of short and long route vehicles. However, it does not have required resources. A 16-point agreement was reached between the government and transport businesses before opening the advance ticket bookings for the Dashai festival. Point number 12 of the agreement required mandatory test of vehicles. Permission issued after the test of the vehicle allows its operation for a period of 6 months. Such vehicle tests are conducted from 5 locations across the country. However, the vehicle fitness test centers do not have required resources, including engineers or scientists. Vehicle drivers themselves have said that the tests conducted are not reliable. The government and transport businesses have agreed to conduct a vehicle test at the bus park for the Dashai festival. However, there is no basis to ensure the efficiency of such a system. If the government does not ensure proper test of vehicles, the passengers will continue to suffer. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked what should be the condition of the vehicles used for long-distance travel. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
पुरानो भए पनि सर्भिसिङ गरिरहेको हुनु पर्यो टाइम टाइममा
जाँच पास राम्रोसँग भएको टेक्निशियनले जाँच पास गरेको गाडी हुनु पर्यो
सवारी साधनको
कन्डिसन ठीक हुनुपर्छ
गाडी कन्डिसनमा छ कि छैन त्यो कुरालाई पनि गाडी चालकले चाहिँ हेर्नु पर्यो
क्षमता भन्दा बढी यात्रु हाल्नु भएन
रात्रिकालीन बसहरुमा 2 जना ड्राइभर भएको भए अति उत्तम हुने थियो
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by Uniglobe SS and College, Kamladi, Kathmandu.
Here's the question: what should be done to protect public property? The options are A. Take actions against encroachers, B. Ensure efficient regulation, and C. Active participation of local community. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. Israel's military chief has told troops that extensive airstrikes in Lebanon targeting the armed group Hezbollah could pave the way for them to enter enemy territory. Lebanon's health minister said at least 72 people were killed in strikes yesterday, which the Israeli military said hit Hezbollah's intelligence directorate as well as launchers and weapons stores. Diplomatic efforts are gathering pace to de-escalate the hostilities, with France and the United States proposing a 21-day ceasefire. There was no immediate sign that Israel was poised to enter Lebanon, and the US Pentagon said it did not appear imminent. But the IDF Chief of Staff's remarks were published shortly after the IDF called up 2 reserves brigades for operational missions in the northern arena. Israel's allies, including the US, have said they are working to avoid all-out war in the region. French President Emmanuel Macron met with US President Joe Biden at the UN General Assembly in New York to discuss efforts to secure a ceasefire. Shortly after the talks, France said the 2 countries were proposing a temporary ceasefire of 21 days to allow for negotiations. UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres urged an immediate ceasefire and said hell is breaking loose. Israel's envoy to the UN, Danny Danon, said it was grateful for diplomatic efforts to avoid escalation, but would use all means at their disposal in accordance with international law to achieve their aims. Robert Lewandowski's first-half strike proved enough as La Liga leaders Barcelona overcame Getafe 1-0 last night, across his previous 3 league appearances against them without finding the net. Flick, meanwhile, is the 3rd Barca coach to win his first 7 La Liga games after Gerardo Martino in 2013 and Ernesto Valverde in 2017. Christian Eriksen was hero and villain for Manchester United as Erik ten Hag's men stumbled at the start of their Europa League campaign, being held to a draw by their Dutch manager's boyhood club 20. Eriksen gave United a first-half lead with a superb strike from inside the penalty area. However, against a dodged 20 outfit, Eriksen was punished when he allowed himself to be caught in possession by Sam Lammers just outside the box. The former Rangers player took maximum advantage as he drove a blistering effort past Andre Onana. Ten Hag's side had opportunities to snatch victory in the final stages, and 20 goalkeeper Lars Unnerstall denied Joshua Zirkzee, whose left-footed effort was heading into the net. Unnerstall had earlier produced a magnificent reaction save to prevent Mies Hilgers turning the ball into his own goal. Home skipper Bruno Fernandes also went close before substitute Kobe Mino had a penalty appeal turned down. Diogo Jota and Cody Gakpo each scored 2 goals as Liverpool began their defence of the Carabao Cup by coming from behind to thrash West Ham at Anfield. The visitors stunned the holders by taking the lead after a corner, Wataru Endo's attempted clearance striking teammate Jarrell Quanch and rolling over the line. West Ham's lead lasted just 4 minutes as Federico Chiesa marked his first start for the Reds with an assist after the winger's acrobatic volley into the ground bounced up for Jota to head the equaliser. Portugal forward Jota scored his second early in the second half with a slow and composed finish in front of the Cope after a lovely pass by Curtis Jones. That goal came moments after West Ham had appeals for a penalty waved away when the ball appeared to strike the arm of Joe Gomez inside the box with no VAR system until the semi-finals. West Ham have now lost 4 of their 7 games under manager Julen Lopetegui. Substitute Mohamed Salah made it 3-1 after Lukasz Fabianski had kept out Alex McAllister's attempt before Edson Alvarez was sent off for a second booking. Cody Gakpo added to West Ham's misery with the 4th and 5th goals late in the tie as the Hammers exited the competition at Liverpool's hands for the 2nd successive season. Liverpool will go to Brighton in the 4th round on the week beginning 28 October. Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Heavy rainfall in the forecast for the next 4 days. Met Division urges people in 56 districts to adopt maximum precaution and remain vigilant. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to address the 79th General Assembly of the United Nations today. The Premier busy with bilateral sideline meetings. At least 72 people killed in strikes, which the Israeli military said hit Hezbollah's intelligence directorate as well as launchers and weapons stores. And Barcelona secures its 7th straight win in the Spanish League La Liga. Robert Lewandowski's first half strike proved enough to overcome Getafe 1-0. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good day.